I can't make it what it's not, and it has nothing to do with my relationship with the universe and its abundance. The money thing, the fact of money and what its design is. What makes it the truth that its design is to keep people in the feeling of scarcity and constant scarcity and lack, like, not being able to catch up. I mean, you you kind of can if you just sell your soul to the devil, to put it bluntly, but there's so many different flavors of that kind of sacrifice that you're making. And see, a lot of people would be fine with it, and they are, and they do, and they are. And so there's where I'm not having a very valid conversation, but in general, see, a lot of people wouldn't know that within the monetary system, there is it's a programming that keeps, I guess, cognitive dissonance comes to mind as an expression of what kind of mentality is formed over the money run. Pardon my look, it's been a really hard day for some reason today. The March 10th, I admit I'm kind of isolated, but I'm feeling something that's coming in. I do froth over and worry too much about my situation, which is a complete waste of energy. I keep trying to get a hold of that, to manage. What it really is just having too much time on my hands. That otherwise I would be doing something more productive, right? Uh, but my situation is real to me as far as where I find myself. Just a personal thing, and I don't know what this video is about it right about now, but because um, I no longer, of course, it means, when you're getting to where you need to make so many changes in your life, it seems like a complete dismantle. It's not anybody's business, and it can't be, and they can be distractions all around. Even, I the narcissistic society will never make you feel like that anything you have ended up with, back to the fact that you could already have everything that not even money can buy. They make you want to just trash it. What I've been feeling, why do I say that? It's just that I feel that I'm experiencing a part of humanity, which isn't humanity. It's the desert, like I keep trying to suggest. It's the ecological um, condition that is found within society that calls itself society, that I'm probably just shutting down. And I try to take the road of being responsible and saying, no, actually it's me that has a deficiency or a deficit that just can't integrate itself into what's the original concern on here. Hardly Minute 5 might stay on track. If you can't hear it, I'm sorry. I'm experiencing a breakdown that is, it's not right to have, God, we are so distracted here. And I think that I'm just experiencing enough, though. See, I'm not distracted enough, but there's enough distraction that is just like the right cocktail for any good scientist to try to use the tools we have here, if it's just anything but our senses, and to be able to communicate before we just snap or something else happens. I don't know what's going to become of the people. I tried to make a video before this, and it's a little bit uh, awkward for reasons that I won't explain right here, right now, but it talks about some personal things. I guess I'm losing it. I'm fine with experiencing this. What I'm experiencing is, I think I'm being targeted. It's a number of things. Babes, I'm a chosen person. I'm the 144. There's something on this planet that doesn't want certain information to be known, and there's certain people that could just simply radiate it and say a few things that would awaken or kind of resonate with people that, they might have the same kind of experience, or even for sure the question or something, and hearing the radiation of the chosen ones is essential. Is what we're here for, is to just say no, kind of bump you back into play. No, that's you're not going crazy. The world has gone crazy, but what are we going to do with that kind of thing? See, getting back to what I was trying to communicate about, how right now, I mean, it hasn't always been this way, but right now it's I don't do money. Well, I've always been totally unambitious for just money making. I didn't just say that I don't know how to do anything worth a damn that people can't put a value on it and give me something, for it. I've done a lot in my life, and I know it takes money to make money, and that's one of the things I'm not good at God, that self value, right? It's come up really to a a divine point of a need to look at it or die kind of a thing, like change or die. With Uranus and Taurus, getting into a little astrology, but the self-worth thing. What is worth a damned anyway? For humanity itself, what is really valuable, you see? And it has subtly switched over to ways to cure diseases. I mean, if not, then it's the way to cause disease, but really a lot of people have had enough. That's what my video was about. The last ones I don't know if I've ever posted, for reasons that I'm kind of achieving a different angle right now, but I'm in so much pain. I've been through so much. It just seems like the protractor thing again, with the Aries sign is the Aries experiencing the protractor, because we are the first ones out the gate. That we represent the first kind of canary in the coal mine, the first responders to a lot of things, and we're impatient and we want to just move forward, you know, because what? It's like 2 years later we find out that's why. It's just who's finding out then? Leo or something like that, or maybe Pisces. I don't know. How long does it take? 12 years for a whole 26,000 years for the whole zodiacal cycle to wake the fuck up? Oh boy, pardon me. There's a part of the organism that has had enough. They can't really take any more. Whatever's chugging out there is just running on fumes, or more like ego. Good for them. They're kind of young enough to ignore that they're being fucking poisoned across the board, and I wish I was kidding. But it catches up with you after a while, and I'm not talking about the living wild and free and partying. No, I'm talking about just think that you're getting a deal with your Happy Meals for $7.99, feeds a family of five plus an extra cheeseburger on the side. That shit right there is bound to send your life into ruin. Everybody dealing with their strange autoimmune deficiency, and we can't even say really if it's food. I say 100%. It's that you lower your vibrational frequency, and a lot of diseases will come in from, in fact, that you are being poisoned. That is like, when are we gonna throw in the white towel and say, you know what, fuck, why do we have to work so hard? You know, it's such a grueling experience to your body and your soul and your mind. Oh, I made so much money, but yeah, but now you're fucked spiritually, mentally, and physically around on that account. What you need to do is turn around and pay to heal yourself now. So be it. For me, it's just I'm nearing 50. I'm experiencing the, the I don't know. I just think it. I mean, come on, babes. It's normal for all the Pisces in the air. Just it's the last. Is it the last something? It's the last something in Pisces. Mercury in Pisces is it's done, and but Pisces tends to be really like full of that emotional fucking sopped up, sorrowful, grieving fucking vat of crying shit. Pardon me. And yeah, you know, it's still the sun in Pisces, but we're stepping out of the Mercury in Pisces. It's the last day, and Mercury is going to be going over my ascendant. It's going to be affecting the Aries part of your chart now and your sign. And fortunately or unfortunately, it depends on the kind of integrity that you really are. Aries really is the place of your just your raw instinctual integrity, I think, you know. And there's strong places, I'm sure, and there's odd places for it. So the home for Aries is that in the first house, in the house of Aries, it's ruled by Mars, and it means the same thing. It's the first of the first zodiac sign. It means the innocence of the first emotional response to something that might be a real concern. If it's just that we need attention because we don't know yet, you know, that's the baby part of the organism, which you don't punish that or get jealous even of it because it has its whole life ahead of it or whatever, that some people could react to that and think, oh, it's a narcissist. It's like, no, good God, back away, narcissist, get out of here. How do you fucking respond to your emotional life? You certainly don't do a complete stonewalling of the poor things. But that's what we do. That's the problem that we have experienced across the board. It's like no, we're not going by some fear that we have. It's by the way we feel, and canary in the coal mine. And anyway, where it's at with me, here I am, just slowly coming up out of some really mystical experiences all throughout whatever we just went through, especially with the Mercury and Pisces. Always a very mystical experience for the mind. I would rather not experience. Um, I guess it's just what it's taking to become realized more and more that this is not our place. I mean, I made this video, like I said, the last video I tried to make, and now here it is, minute 16, that I will say similarly in the last video, like I said there, oh God, that this is not our place. It's not my place. I saw a glimpse of how foreign just the human ecology has become compared to what is actually human. I saw a glimpse of it, and who I am, and why I'm having such a trouble now. Beginning of my story here, it's like, okay, so I don't really have a problem with manifesting and through the abundance that is the universe itself, because we're in connection with what the truth, and yes, celebrating. I don't have a problem with that. It's that money system that says, no, none of the universe or any of your abundance exists without this. That's what am. I have always had a standoffish attitude with that. I would say ever since I took my first breath and can gather in that there was such an overtake. Now, when I say overtake, it could be is the monetary is the intention behind money, what it could be, what it's meant to do. It's like, well, I think it's a last resort. It's like, if this organism on this fucking plane cannot figure it out through regulating something with this, which I don't think it all has to be here. Now that I'm looking at it and thinking about it, it's like, no, something has gone completely disassociated to their own intellectual belongings, and I would say how like to simply carry on with a decent human association, to where that now money has to get involved somehow and make their just a look of survival happening, and really it's just the control of the basic foods, which is crap. Because where does it come from? Well, having said this, and I'm about to turn this off, in the USA here, has been reported, I read breaking news, which says that the biggest meat companies that provide beef are now owned by China in the US. That's what's happening, and welcome to China. Not that I don't see. There's a part. See, it's sad because there's a part with every culture, every color, white, yellow, red, black, brown race, that has a part of the culture that is the actual culture of that intelligence there, but it's been hijacked. There's a non-human occupation on this planet that is kind of like harnessing the perception, and I point at electricity once again, kind of just literally keeping it in this like zzz, Shock the monkey.